Hey YouTube, what's up? Dr. T here, and welcome to my hometown, St. Petersburg, Florida. We are located on the central west coast of Florida by Tampa Bay and in the Gulf of Mexico on the west side of the county. Take a minute to have a look at St. Petersburg in all its wonders, a piece of paradise to live in. If you are new to my channel, take a look around. You will find everything for one-stop shopping in the playlists. So, as to my news, I finally have myself a GDAX account. And I'm in the process of putting $3,000 into it, and it's pretty good timing. I will be trading exclusively Ethereum and currently looking for a definitive bottom to the current rundown. So there is some rumors of a potential partnership between Amazon and Ripple. Let's take a quick read of a little bit of this. The rumors have been stated to spread around about the collaboration of Amazon and one of the most recognizable coins, Ripple. Now, if we go over to the exchange here, make sure we're on top, you can see that Ripple is the third largest cryptocurrency out there with a market cap of 27 billion. The latest news claims that there are speculations that come down suggesting that Amazon, the famous on-retail giant, is coming along with the idea of partnership with Ripple. So let's go to some recent news. There is commentary on this page from somebody who is just giving his opinion. We'll get to that, but let's take a look at the news clip. Come on here.
Joining us now, Brad Garlinghouse is the CEO of the cryptocurrency developer Ripple. Ripple's XRP token has surged more than 500% this year. Brad, nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, just tell people what exactly Ripple does, because it's not just the currency, also you're very involved in blockchain.
Absolutely.
So Ripple sells a blockchain technology to banks and payment providers and other financial institutions to do real-time settlement between banks. So today, if Morgan wanted to send $10,000 to London right now, the fastest way for her to do that is to drive to Newark or JFK and fly it there. Our view is, in a world of the internet, you can stream video from the space station. You should be able to do real-time settlement between banks, and we sell a technology to banks to do that.
And the banks are getting on board with this because I know there's a lot of paper pushing and also a lot of money attached to those settlements.
For sure. So we have over 100 banks working with Ripple today around the world. I think the vast majority of banks, like 99.9% of banks, actually are paying other banks, the kind of the global money center banks like JP Morgan or Citibank, to make those settlements. So a lot of the banks are very excited about democratizing how these global payments flow.
There's a belief that you could transform the global payment system over time. Although then the alternative argument is you need a centralized. You can't have it decentralized, that it actually benefits from efficiencies. I would assume you come down in the left.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think anytime you can do something without that central counterparty, you're going to reduce friction, which is measured by time, cost, speed. So by removing that central counterparty and going direct from point to point, you can skip going from the Bank of David to the Bank of Morgan to the Bank of Mike. You just go directly to the Bank of Mike.
So if the immediate opportunity is efficiencies in this area of the actual kind of nuts and bolts sort of plumbing of the financial system, how does that relate to the value of the Ripple tokens or of the Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies? They're taking on a separate life, it seems, from the future of adoption of this technology.
It's a great point, and I think one of the things we all have to remember is that the value of a token over the long term is really going to be derived by its utility. What problem is it solving? How big is that problem? How many customers do you have? There's no question there's a lot of hype in this system, and I don't actually think that's a good thing. For Ripple, we use this digital asset called XRP to settle liquidity needs between banks. So today, there's $27 trillion parked at different banks around the world so they can make payments between each other. Our view is you can use a digital asset like XRP to do that in real time. Because XRP has been so efficient, it settles a transaction about 3 seconds compared to Bitcoin.
So it just passes through that currency for that period of time.
That's correct.
Let's go over to this person who's going to give his opinion and no doubt some background information. This is his opinion. He states it's an opinion. It's not an official anything. Neither is he a financial analyst or advisor or anything. But let's see what he's got to say.
What's going on, everybody? A lot of really exciting things to talk about regarding Ripple XRP. Ripple and Amazon. I know this rumor has been out there for quite some time, but now there's actually new evidence that's pretty much supporting this possibility. And think about it, Amazon is huge. Amazon is positioning itself to take over, and it's no wonder that Ripple would be interested in the world of cryptocurrency. And of course, they would want to get themselves established with a big name like Ripple, the banking cryptocurrency. And it all seems to sort of make sense when I play it out in my mind. I could definitely see this sort of thing implementing itself over the long span. And as far as the long game is concerned, I think that Ripple is a pretty interesting and significant and hard to ignore technology when you consider the fact that it has gotten all this attention from all these big names. Google has expressed interest in Ripple. Amazon's now expressed. Airbnb. So many different of these really cutting edge technologies seem to be married to the idea of implementing Ripple. And it's really interesting when you consider all these different variables sort of coming together in this really interesting time. So when I see headlines like these, granted they're a little bit old, however, it is interesting when they're starting to resurface along with different news and so forth. And as far as the most recent thing, Ripple establishing itself in regards to cross-border transactions, really, really big when you consider the fact that cryptocurrency is one of the fundamental things that it has going for itself is that it invites everybody from all around the world to take part in this huge phenomenon. In regards to a new way, it's so difficult to spend your USD in if you're going to be purchasing something in India, for example. However, cryptocurrency blows that out of the water and basically makes it so that anybody can have instant transactions